how the circuit is drying out here just on the start straight. That inside, the lighter ground, not as heavy and dark as the stuff on the left as we look at the screen. So you want to make sure, in fact, there he is. Look, there's about 10 gates over on the right-hand side.
Yeah.
Paul's Jonas.
I think it's a dangerous game to just go out there and try and get an 8th. I think he'll do what he's been trying to, well, basically dominate in the series, doing all year. I think he'll go for the win, and if he's in a position and somebody's challenging him towards the end, then maybe he might back it down. But I think to go out there and go, okay, I just need to get an 8th in these conditions. He'll go for the start, I'm sure of that, and try and check out and stay out of trouble. But yeah, you know, he's going to be pushed all the way because Decor, certainly in the Worlds, that they had some of the, honest to God, some of the best racing I've seen in a long time. They were just going at it.
Well, this is how the riders were lined up. Of course, because there were so many riders here this weekend, the riders were split into 2 groups. Paul Jonas won the semi-final A group. Then it was Anton Lundgren who won the B group, which means they go to the line first and second, and then they alternate A group, B group, A group, B group, first, second, third, fourth, that kind of thing. So Jonas Lundgren, Nicolas Dercourt, Calvin Verlander and David Herbertot, Mika Cord-Barlag, Brian Stew, Freddie van der Vlist, Philip Podmore, Henry Jacobi, and the rest. You saw the riders on screen. It's a dog's life, isn't it? Great shot. But time training, though, all these times now are pretty much irrelevant, aren't they? Paul Jonas, who was fastest in the time training that got him the grid position for their qualifying race. 157.6 seems like an age ago, doesn't it now, when these guys did all that. But conditions we already saw about 15, 20 seconds slow, or 30 in the 85cc. But
yeah,
be interesting to see the difference in the times with these guys. But
this is just such a great race, though. You obviously, you know, you really made your name for yourself riding the 125 towards the end of your career, and that's the thing. You have to race the 125. You can't. Yeah, I know that sounds stupid because they're in races, but you have to keep the RPMs up, don't you, and keep that corner speed going. And in these conditions, that's going to be easier said than done because it's very hard underneath. We've actually had a summer this year, and it's baked the ground.
What are you trying to say, Jeff?
Yeah, well, finally, the good old glorious British summer has delivered, but it hasn't delivered today.
Bank holiday weekend.
Typical.
I was talking to somebody the other day. They said 8 out of 10 bank holidays are ruined by the rain.
Yeah.
What are the odds?
Right, yeah. Typical. But this place has been baked harder than in years gone by, and I think we really saw that over the last 2 or 3 days of racing. I spoke to a lot of the MX2 and MX1 riders, and they were saying that it's actually much more hard pack underneath than it's ever been this circuit.
Well, we're looking at past pit lane, that right-hander, how loose and dusty it was, because obviously that's a new area that's been worked, isn't it? So all that ground is just loose and hasn't been, you know, packed down like the racetrack has now. You know, the first time we came, it was back in 2006 for the Grand Prix, then the Nations that year. So over the past few years, that's been, you know, packed down, and it's become the hard, slick circuit that Fox Hills used to be in many areas, like circuits around this at these parts.
Yeah, you can see it as well, you know, now with the rain down. You can actually see those, the racing line, it's choosing, it's going to be very much now choosing the right line. If you see a real shiny surface, that might be the direct route or whatever, but they're going to have to be so good with their throttle control. And of course, on a 125, you just want to wring the neck of the thing. So it'd be interesting to see the riders. I think riders with really good throttle control will stand out in this moto.
Dave Nicol, our FIM race director, then walks over to the Monster Energy 15-second board. That gets hoiked up into the air, and when that turns to 5, we will be under starters' orders. The gates will drop any time between 5 and 10 seconds. 2 Monster Energy stations here, giving good vantage points for the fans and the VIPs in various places around the circuit. But we're getting ready to go racing here. That 5-second board turns, and the gate is about to drop. It does so now. And away they go, and right from the centre, Nicolas Dercourt heading up through in the red, and he pulls a whole shot. And it's Jonas hugging the inside line. Oh, we've got to ride it down. But Jonas straight into the front wheel of Dercourt. An aggressive move as they drop down into turn 2. Brian Stew goes down, Anton Lundgren goes down as well. The guy finished second in the qualifying race. And was that 79? I think it might have been.
75, wasn't it, I think?
75 maybe. Yeah, so Jan Vondrasek. But Jonas on the wheelbone star JM Racing KTM then gets to get the Pina whole shot as he storms through as 200. The Filippo Zonto TM goes down as he heads uphill into turn 4. A lot of high-speed action out on track now. These 125 guys, as you said, Jeff Perrett a moment ago, it's not worth just riding around for 8 and waiting for the inevitable. Just go out and do what you've done, dominate from the start. And that's exactly what he's done. He came out of there, up the inside, held a tight line. Decor thought he got it covered, but man, he made an aggressive move there, and he's making it pay for him at the moment.
You know, if you're going to go for that championship, the last thing you want to be doing is banging bars inside the top 10. Make a clean break for it, control the race.
Mickey Eccles in 3rd place, the 148. He's had a lot of bad luck this year with one thing or another, but he's got a good start. And these conditions might just suit him down to the ground. There, the kid from near Pontefract in the north of England. Look at that dry line around the outside. It's also the longest route round, and that grass is going to be very slippy there. You've got to be careful not to push too far deep, and you end up in those monster banners. But Paul Jonas doing the Jean-Michel Bell thing, the cloth around the waist, just in case he needs to go down, pick himself up, wipe down the gloves, all the grips. But Eccles being pushed back to 4th now as Alvin Osland, I think number 61, goes through into 3rd. Eccles, 148 in 4th place. Then it's Henry Jacobi, he's in 5th. He had a tough time coming through in the qualifying race, but eventually made a good result. But he'll be looking to at least get on the podium in this first moto. But a good start for Jonas, exactly what he wanted, Jeff Perry.
Yeah, it's exactly where he needs to be to get this championship done and dusted. You can see on that the big tabletop in the bottom of the valley there how this track has definitely changed so much from yesterday with the rain. They're not struggling to get over their own horsepower, but they're just so conscious of, because you kind of hit that tabletop on a slight angle, and they're really conscious about their front wheels and, you know, wheels just drifting out on that.
Yeah, 275 going down. That was Joachim for better, or for worse. Excuse the pun. But Brian Shue and a few other guys going down as well.
That was such a slow, annoying crash for him. He was kind of nearly made it round there without getting hooked up, but he did. And he's on the deck and he's having to work from the back.
But one of the favourites, Anton Lundgren, who ended up in 4th, who's 4th in the championship at the moment, going down at turn 1. That's not what he needed. Jacobi up the inside of 148, Mickey Eccles, the youngster, obviously spurred on by the fact that it's his home round this weekend. Hasn't done anything really of any note this year, not through any fault of his own really, but first year in the season as a first year in a campaign as a rider, doing the full season. He's on the left, Jacobi on the right. So being urged on, and puts a squeeze on him, does Jacobi. And Jacobi then goes up in a 4th position. So Eccles now might want to try and follow him through. Eccles in 24th in the championship. Scored in 1 moto in Italy when it was 2 races. That was only down in 13th. He was 14th in Portugal. No score in Latvia. Didn't go to the German and Czech rounds. And only picked up 2 points in Belgium just a week ago. So he could do with a good performance here.
The downside of that double there, you can just see how greasy it is, and if they just get on the gas too early, they are just going to spin everywhere.
Michael Eccles now, Mickey Eccles coming under pressure from the guy in orange there, the number 10, Calvin Verlanderen. So Verlanderen in 6th position. Decor is down. And normally that's a waved yellow flag situation there, so got to be careful, though the flag wasn't out for these guys. The incident happened so quick, so...
Well, that's exactly what Paul Jonas is going to need. And while that's happening, he just lights up the timing screen, purple across the board. So his main rival crashes, he goes quicker. It's all looking good for the 141 right now.
And for Calvin Verlanderen just going through here, we're going to cross the line in 5th place, I would think now, because Decor obviously down and out at the moment on that downside. Goes through in 5th place. So it's Paul Jonas, Alvin Osland, the 61 Yamaha rider in 2nd, Henry Jacobi's 3rd, Michael Eccles 4th, Verlanderen 5th, Danny De Vries is 6th, Nicolas Decor gets on the bike and gets up in 7th, Liam Knight, good start for him in 8th, David Herberto on the Husqvarna, just lost the front look on the face of the jump, and the bike just slid over the top, very similar to Matavit in MX3 over on the far side of the circuit.
That could have been, I mean, he crashed, not ideal, but it could have been a whole lot worse.
See, look at that, just a stationary yellow.
Yeah. He's almost blind there as well. That's, that was a bit dodgy.
Just looking at the points difference between, well, Verlanderen only 2 points behind Decor in the championship, and Verlanderen a couple of positions ahead. So playing into the hands of Paul Jonas at the moment. Again, lighting up the first sector time, just like he did across the board on the previous lap, the end of the first official lap. But we've got Jonas, Alvin Osland, the 61, of Sweden on the Mafia Yamaha there. This is a battle for second place. The blue Yamaha and the 29 KTM. Cossack Racing of Henry Jacobi, the German. I know Ulf Simon, my German colleague just out there, will be having kittens at the moment. Jacobi, yeah. Bless him. But he could do with the result as well. Jacobi, just been a little bit inconsistent. Although I think he made the podium one round, did he? 6th in the championship. 2nd in Portugal, but not had a sniff since. Osland runs a little bit wide, and Jacobi almost losing the front end as that front end was fighting for traction on that turn 13. This is where Durcourt crashed, just got it wrong in the middle of that rut and stepped down and just made that mistake. So Durcourt, 2 seconds behind Danny De Vries when he came over the line a moment ago, as Jonas over the line, getting over the finish line double. We're still on board with these guys. They're heading up. He's got a massive gap because these guys not even over the step up yet into the penultimate corner. And Jonas already at the end of pit lane there in the background, heading across the start.
You know, we're just counting down to 18 minutes to go. If he carries on at the momentum he's going, he is going to win this well. Obviously wrap up the championship, but he's going to do it in style.
Alvin Osland, 2nd. Well, we've got Ryder down over the Dragon's back. Where's he gone then? It's over there somewhere.
It's actually at the finish corner.
Ah, okay.
No, not the finish corner, as they go onto the start line.
So Osland then in 2nd, coming under intense pressure from Henry Jacobi. The KM Saarholz racer. Up the inside. Oh, and a mistake there from Osland. Then he runs it wide, looking for the dry line, but it's always going to be the longest route around, and he gets it completely wrong. Eccles gets some momentum and jumps into 3rd place.
Classic case of just losing your momentum, and then it goes from bad to worse, trying to regroup.
So good performance so far for young Mickey Eccles.
Yeah, he's settled down now. I think the first couple of laps, maybe, you know, heart rate going through the roof and thinking, God, I've got a good start in front of my home crowd. But now just getting, you know, getting into a rhythm, calming down a little bit, and he's running in the top 5, which is a fantastic result for Mickey.
Yeah, just finished high school as well. So we start in college next year, I think, depending on which path he takes. Not sure if he's got anything in mind, but there he is in 3rd place. And Valandren down the inside of Osland. Osland just making a few mistakes now on the 61 Yamaha.
Well, Valandren, like you said, he could probably now, having seen Durcourt go down, thinking, right, okay, you know, I can really try and close in, because 2 points are in it in the championship, you know. So if things go well here, he's going to move into 2nd spot. Yeah,
and that's the thing now. It looks like they're going to be fighting for 2nd position, silver or bronze, here and in Lierop.
It could be a good fight as well, because Durcourt is now coming up behind him, setting a quicker lap time as well.
Just here, so Valandren in orange, just behind the 61 here of Alvin Osland. And you'll see the guy in blue in the background in the red clothing. That's the difference between the number 10 of Valandren and Nicolas Durcourt in 5th and 6th place. So Valandren really needs to find a way past Osland just to keep that forward momentum going. Can't afford to get caught behind him and then get caught napping by Nicolas Durcourt.
This circuit is so technical now. You've got some corners, look at the contrast. Down in that bottom corner there, we just saw dust coming up. They come up the hill, and then they're flying mud everywhere. You know, it's just got a bit of everything now. These guys have got to be concentrating so hard not to make a mistake.
Well, as we just said, you know, during the 65 and 85, you know, with the conditions as they are, there's no time to prep the circuit. We've seen how long the races are running on. We're actually probably running about 7 or 8 minutes behind schedule due to, you know, covering the podium, which means we're not seeing all the preamble and all that kind of thing. So they, you know, the guys are just literally coming off the track, and the other guys are going out on the sighting lap. So it's going to be a tough, rutty racetrack all day long, even for MX2, as Valandren tries to find a way up the inside of Osland for 4th place. He goes the shortest route down the bottom of the hill, but he's going to spin up on the takeoff. Not careful. Durcourt is coming, look, 4:11 in the red off the back of the shot there. This is a battle for 4th, 5th and 6th position. And it's Alvin Osland at the moment of Sweden on the Mafia Yamaha. Goes high and wide. It's the only option to even just seat bounce and step down the double there. Working their way up through turn 8, the quad on the corner. Into turn 9. It's not like it's one line though, is it?
No, not at all. I wonder if the pit crew of Valandren have told him who's behind him. that little extra incentive, or do they try and keep him calm and not saying, look, it's the
he's
guy
lost
you're
the back
battling?
end. He'll know now because Decor is alongside him. So Decor then has a mistake from Valandrin. Short on the double as well for Nicolas Decor. He is on the charge. That thing is singing and popping and banging all the way around the outside. He's definitely getting it a little bit loose around there. Hooking the gear as well, mid-turn. Guy's on a mission. He knows that he can't let Jonas get away, but it's too late. He was 28 seconds on
that mistake. You know, even if he hadn't have crashed, I think Jonas seems to have him covered. I mean, seems to have the entire, well, yeah, 3 seconds quicker than anybody else out there at the minute, the race leader. So just riding off into the distance.
Front brake bent all up. Got no front brake really, although it might just be a one-finger old-school grab. Look how bent that front brake is there, look, on the Yamaha.
No, it's definitely bent. I don't think that's meant to be like that.
No, but I mean from the crash.
Yeah, from the crash.
I just wasn't sure if he was able to get enough of a pull on it, but you know, to actually use it. But look at the gap, 30.7 seconds. Well, Paul Jonas riding the Wilvona Star Gem Racing KTM, trying to emulate Jordi Tixier from a couple of years ago when he was 125 European champion. We're going down to his team boss, Jackie Martins.
Jackie, Paul's in complete control of this race. How was he feeling ahead of it?
Yeah, yesterday he was a little bit not nervous, but yeah, he was unsure. We said make the setup of the bike a little bit different. And yeah, for me this is also amazing. He did again a big step, and he has the confidence, and yeah, he's doing very well.
Thanks, Jackie.
Okay.
He certainly is, and Jackie Martins, Jeff Barrett, former ex-racer, former world champion in the 500cc class in '93, and he's one of those riders that's taken management with both hands and made it work for him. Not many people can do that. There's Sylvain and Eric de Boers, and talking ex-riders, not necessarily world champions, but Michele Rinaldi, another one that springs to mind, and you've got Jackie Martins. There might be others just off the top of my head, but they're the three guys that they've been around for the long time.
I think Jackie's demeanour is...
That was the mistake
as a big
from Valandrin.
A big help with that, you know. He's calm, he's easy to talk to. I think he communicates well, he gets his message across. Ooh.
Look how close that was. Decor being taken out almost by Danny de Vries.
I thought he was going to say Danny DeVito there. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah, sorry, Jackie Martins. This the persona and the calm sort of nature.
I think that makes it, you know, especially working with a younger rider, you know, because let's be honest, you know, we've been there, you can get all excitable, pretty emotional, get yourself all worked up and in a bit of a tiz, and to have somebody of experience but then communicate with you in the right way and calms you down. He's certainly, I mean, look, he's grooming these riders through, and be interesting to see how he, when they go to the Husqvarna thing and they go up that other level of more commitment, to see how they cope with that. But yeah, Jackie's a good guy.
Yeah. Well, Henry Jacobi, Sarot's KTM in second, and not too far behind Mickey Eccles and Nicolas Decor. So the first four guys, well, the next three guys, I should say. Let's just battle now in the final corner. Decor's just found a way past Eccles, just in the space of the finish line area, and he's going after Jacobi. This is a great ride from the French kid, Nicolas Decor. He'll see as he gets to the top of the hill, picks the front wheel up through there, yeah, nicely. He'll see, just heading out the corner there, the number 29, Henry Jacobi. So a second place is possible, and that'll obviously put some distance between himself and Calvin Valandrin, who's still struggling to make ground. Look, he's still there in sixth place as Decor just surges forward. And there is Decor in the red, coming out of this right-hander, stepping down now in the red clothing. Just got one eye on Henry Jacobi. Might just take a look over to his left as he comes into land a little bit short.
I was just checking on the screens to see Brian Sue up to 18th. That's an education for, you know, like coming all the way back from that first corner crash.
Conditions as well.
Yeah.
Around the outside of back marker there.
It's a great sound, that is. 40 125s screaming around a motocross circuit.
I think it's important for the development of the rider. personally?
You know, I'd love to, I mean, you know, get overly political, but I'd love to think that going forward, every rider should compulsorily have a year on a 125.
And that's down to the National Federation.
I'd love to see that happen.
You know, irrespective of the fact, Kawasaki still don't make 2 strokes now, do they?
No,
they sacked
you
it,
know,
same as,
trust me, I've been putting the pressure on, but I don't think I'm going to be able to influence them that much. But yeah, talking to Steve Gutteridge quite often, saying, "Come on, Steve, you brought out the 85. Put the pressure on those Japanese guys, and let's get a 125 back."
148. Mickey Eccles on course for. Well, he was on course for 3rd place, but Nicolas Durcourt just found a way through, just a lap ago. But 4th place will be his best career finish in a European Championship race by far. And,
by a long shot, yeah.
Maybe the muddy conditions just helping him out a little bit here, but you know, I know his mum and dad just put everything they've got. They're not a wealthy family at all, you know, and it's definitely going to make their weekend. If he just brings it home anywhere in the top 5 as the 107 of Hugo Dessertin of France on the MJC Yamaha, his teammate to Decor.
Yeah, if he could make the box, that would be, well, he was sat there in 3rd for a while. I bet they were biting nails at that moment. He's looking ahead, probably thinking, oh, please, can you two just get together and clean each other out?
Alvin Osland right behind him, though. This is a battle for 4th. Mickey Eccles here in the green fox clothing, and the 61 here of Alvin Osland, who made a couple of mistakes by himself on that Mafia Yamaha of Sweden. Nothing in it between them. Back marker just ahead of them in the white as they head up the hill. We've got 8 minutes plus 2 to go, and Paul's Jonas 31 seconds clear of Henry Jacobi, and he's got Decor breathing down his neck as well. But this battle here for 4th place, the young Brit who's just left school, Mickey Eccles and Alvin Osland duking it out in the closing stages of this 125cc European Championship final. Got one more round to go in Lierop in 2 weeks' time. Completely different circuit altogether. Hard and slick and muddy here. Yeah. You're not going to get anything like that in Lierop.
No, you are not, no matter how hard it rains.
But either way, for Mickey Eccles, a good performance so far. Even if something happens now and he didn't finish the race, for confidence, yeah, I'd be disappointed, but for confidence-wise, he'll know, actually, if I get a good start and hang it in there for the first few laps, I can run with these guys.
Yeah, you know yourself, once you get to that extra, that you go another level, and then that you start to believe in yourself a lot more, and you know that you've got the pace to run near the front of the field.
A little bit of a mistake, both guys grappling for traction at the rear wheel, but with 7 minutes plus 2 to go, Eccles just loses that 4th place. Osland charges up the inside. So Eccles now, will he be able to keep onto the rear wheel, maybe even make a pass in the closing stages? But Paul Jonas leads the way. He is almost 40 seconds clear of Henry Jacobi. Decor is 3rd, Osland 4th, Eccles is now 5th. Alvin Osland then up on the pegs out of the final turn, hanging off the back of that Mafia Yamaha just to get himself a little bit of distance over that Monster Energy finish line jump. He's just passed Mickey Eccles and pushed the Brit, the number 148, into 5th position. And the number 61 here doing his best to try and go after Nicolas Durcourt, but Jeff Perrett, that's going to be a tall order, isn't it? Because Durcourt has picked himself up off the deck. And he's charging again. He's in 3rd. He's only 3 seconds off of Jacobi.
Yeah, he really wants to just try and nail down that second. I think with pit signals, he know that Jonas is gone, and the best he can do is really try and consolidate. Well, not just Jonas is gone, it will be the championship gone as well, and the best thing he can do now is just consolidate that 2nd spot in the series.
But a good ride for the, well, he's a privateer, basically. RB Racing, just putting a little bit in and all the rest of it, but very much a private team. Mickey Eccles shouldn't be disappointed with what happens here. Irrespective of the result this weekend, he's put himself in the shop window and obviously proved himself that, you know, he can do a good job at Calvin Verlanderen closing in. But Verlanderen hasn't got goggles on, has he? Yeah, he has.
I noticed, guys are there. I noticed that Mickey Eccles is sort of still running the tear-off, so I suppose he's running tear-offs across the board and can't see if he's got roll-offs. So the goggle preparation is so key. For a race like this. For the best thing he can do. He doesn't know that, but if I was his pit crew, I'd say, hey.
I guess though, some people, they sit there and go, right, because the ground's really heavy and claggy, sometimes that can have a detrimental effect to your roll-offs, but you can always get a finger and just wipe that clag away, can't you? Go prepared, like you say. but still got visibility at the moment. Valandra, no goggles behind him, having to duck and avoid the roost look. You can see the eyes there of the South African. Chasing down Mickey Eccles, so just over 4 minutes to go. This battle now for 5th place. And Valandra on the Bodo Schmidt Motorsport KTM, looking to try and climb up, score a couple more points, because obviously it's advantage Nicolas Durcourt in that battle for 2nd place in the championship now between the number 10, Valandra, and here, and Durcourt, who we just mentioned a moment ago.
Talking about Mickey Eccles, you know, saying about it's the best ride he's had so far and getting used to running the pace at the front. Of course, now this stage at the race is where he might become conscious of that and then starts to ride a little bit tight. He's thinking, God, this is the best ride I've had. I'm in the top 5, I haven't been here. And maybe nerves just starting to creep in. He's got to keep it going. He's got to really stay relaxed and focused. He can't switch off for a second here.
Yeah, and also fitness levels, you know, riding at this pace for this amount of time. So I know he wasn't well in Belgium or Checo a couple of weeks ago, so hopefully he's all right now. Oh, Valandra off the track. I think just a moment ago, Valandra may have just had a moment, just coming out of the left-hander. Just, yeah, he's definitely lost ground. I think he went down. He's just picked himself back up, looking out of the window as the battle for 2nd place hots up. Durcourt goes through on Jacoby. So 2 incidents on opposite parts of the racetrack. Jonas is 32 seconds clear. Durcourt now dives into 2nd position. As for Landron, who just found a way around the outside of Mickey Eccles for 5th, just lost the front end and also went down and lost a whole bunch of time, and that's played right into the hands of Mickey Eccles. But the back end getting a bit loose on the MJC Yamaha of Durcourt, who now finds himself in 2nd. So the Sarholtz KTM of Jacoby, look, number 29, thought he got it covered. Durcourt went a little bit tighter, ran it in hot, and came across, powered his way through.
That was a nice move. Nice move, because he just just saw a tiny little opening there. Many others would have maybe just kept going around the outside. Just a quick change of direction, and then he had the inside and just dove it in there. That was good.
I'm loving the factory front brake lever, though. Definitely made for one finger, that is.
Remember, didn't Eric Gaboa's one have like a lever with like a kind
that's
of
your finger bite and bends in. I
remember. I remember seeing that. I think, oh, I need one of them. Bent a load of levers in the garage, snapped a load of levers trying to bend one.
Yeah. So Jonas then, time is ticking away. He's probably, what, about 3.5 laps away from picking up this European Championship crown. Ooh, rider down in the background, rider off the side of the track. Couldn't quite see who those were, numbers-wise, but Mickey Eccles on Anton Lundgren picking himself up. So where's he now? 7th. So he's had a good charge through the field. He was one of the guys that went down through the first turn, along with Brian Stewart.
Oh, that's a good ride then.
So it is a good ride. You know what, he was unreal last year, like so fast, and it's not been until the second half of this year that he started being putting in a few performance. Lundgren, the Swede, he's 4th in the championship. Started the year with 2 seconds in Italy, but then he only picked up an 18th in Portugal. Got a 5th place in Latvia. Got a 3rd in Germany. So since that disappointment of Portugal, where we expect him to do more, he's been there and thereabouts. 2 podium visits since then, Germany and Czech Republic, but 7th in Belgium a week ago. Just a little bit off the pace.
It just takes small little things, mistakes, doesn't it? You know, in any sport, but in motocross particular, if you lose confidence and just have a niggling little injury, it can all derail so quick.
We saw William Anderson there a moment ago, the 51, but doesn't look like he's in the points at the moment. Kate Tinkler, the Canadian, in 10th place. There's Nicolas Durcourt at the inside of his teammate. Durcourt just pulling the throttle cable right back. There he is, 4:11. It's funny though, isn't it? You know, when you go down, Jeff Perrett, you pick yourself up, and irrespective of the conditions, you just find yourself getting in that zone. And a nervous Jackie Martin's looking on, and the crew look.
It's one of the weirdest things as a motocross racer, because if you crash on the first corner or something, you have the most amazing ride, and then you'll come in and your pit crew or parents will say, why can't you ride that all the time? And you just can't. You can't. It's just something that happens when you crash, and you could sometimes just suddenly find your speed, your zone.
Well, 2 laps to go. Paul Jonas very much on his way on the Will van der Staan JM Racing KTM. Haven't seen too much of him, but here is the Latvian. I think he was a little bit nervous at the start of the day in terms of, you know, not necessarily because there were sort of like 7 or 8 French guys out on track, but you just get that situation, don't you? I'm the only Latvian out here. You know, what could go wrong kind of thing, the scenarios, but he hasn't had to worry about that, has he?
Well,
pulled a big hole shot and that was it.
As we said before the start, the best thing he can do is do what he's been doing all year. Just get the whole shot, be strong, stay out of trouble, and you've got to say, you know, hopefully he'll get it wrapped up. But with 2 to go, he's ridden as pretty much about as perfect race as you could possibly ride to wrap up a championship.
Team getting ready, dishing out the T-shirts and the hats, maybe. But yeah, he applied the pressure mentally to Nicolas Durcourt, didn't he? Put Durcourt in the awkward situation of having to push hard and drive on. And that was when he made a mistake. Knocked him back down to 7th, gave this guy all the breathing room in the world, but he was already about 14 seconds through at that
he
point.
was already well on his way. This is about the time now I wouldn't want to be a mechanic, because I'd be nervous. I mean, like, because he's done his bit, you know, and he's done it exceptionally well, and you're just thinking, look, just get that bike over the line. Come on.
We just saw Conrad Mewse pick up an 85 European and World Championship double. This guy's going to be looking to do the same in the 125 category. Of course, he was FIM Junior World Champion 2 weeks ago in the Czech Republic at Yinin.
I was there, and yeah, he's a popular winner, just like Matis Caro. It seems the Latvian fans travel everywhere. They were going crazy for him. You know, he had a lot of support at the podium presentation and throughout the weekend. So a popular kid, no doubt.
Of course, Matis Caro, former FIM Junior World Champion as well, from Latvia. T-shirts are looking good, boys. 1 lap board goes out. So about 2 minutes 18 stand between Pauls Jonas and the European title in the 125 category. And not letting off the gas either. Doing a good job. And in what were difficult conditions, he's so far not made any mistakes that we're aware of.
No, he's taking his time to go past the lap traffic, no rush. On normal race conditions, he would have been past the rider. He's coming around the lap already, but he's got such a huge lead, 28 seconds in fact, so you know, he can just concentrate, I don't want to slow down too much, you know, because that's when stupid mistakes do happen. Let's hope he doesn't go for a Stefan Everts one-hander and lay it down.
Yeah.
Where was that? Was that Brazil?
South Africa, wasn't it?
South Africa, that's right.
Handed the victory, the race win to Coppins.
Proving that even the greatest of all time.
Grant Langston did one in Supercross, didn't he? He was on the verge of getting the first victory for KTM, and in the 125 class, one-hander and a double, bounce, down, gone.
No, if you're going to do it, just do it over the finish line jump, because at least then if you get it wrong,
like Fred Bollet.
You're over the line at least.
Well, Pauls Jonas, who finished 5th last year with well, a mixed bag of results. Didn't get off to the best start, 14th and a 3rd a week later. He was just a little bit inconsistent, but this year, and also he was 3rd in the FIM Junior World last year, but this year, what a season it's been for the Will van der Staan JM Racing KTM rider. Former 85cc European and World Champion as well, I think, but, you know, he's definitely proved his worth this year, and he's about to reward Jackie Martins and the Will van der Staan JM team with a 125 European title.
I haven't heard of his future. Has he already signed up?
Well, that's it. I know Roman Fevre is signed to the team, so that's obviously their manufacturer. I think they're close to, well, they're still talking to him, I think, but, you know, it just comes down to the fact whether he has to ride a 125 in Europeans or a 250, or whether he rides MX2. But we can talk about that forever and a day. But Pauls Jonas then comes over the finish line. He is the new 2013 European 125 champion. And just like we saw with Conrad Mewse in the 85 category, he makes it a spectacular double, adding it to the 125 European, 125 Junior World Championship that he picked up 2 weeks ago in the Czech Republic. It's been a big day and a big year for the Latvian. Great performance, Jeff Perrett.
Yeah, immaculate. He did everything he had to do. Just got that whole shot. Well, you know, soon got into, he held that inside line, pushed his main competitor out wide, and then just really laid it on thick for 2 or 3 laps, opened up a gap.
He waits for Nicolas Darcourt before he goes down to talk to Amy. Of course, we need to crack on here because obviously MX2 Race 1 is already down there waiting for their sighting lap and get these bikes
it's all
off.
go, isn't it?
It is full gas today.
These festivals, yeah, they're huge events, and we're certainly rattling through the motos.
Celebration time. Will Van der Star, Jam Racing. And Jackie Martins congratulates him.
He's opened a few of those this time, hasn't he?
Tears of champagne.
Yeah, tears of champagne, yeah. That's just what you need after a moto, is stinging eyes. You manage to avoid getting roosted with dirt, and then you come in and you get champagne in your eyes.
Even Van Tiele getting in there as well. So it's a European title, the golden tyre. Look, GG there on the left. There we go. Now we have to sign. See what it says now. Yeah, good job. Of course, we'll see him on the podium in a minute as well. No time for an initial post-race interview. We'll grab him immediately after the podium. Andries there, just congratulating fellow Latvian, one of our security guys here, but he more than happy. So 2 titles decided here then at Matsley Basin. Of course, the 85cc European Championship going to Conrad Muse. And the 125 title being wrapped up by Paul Jonas with a win here in Moto, well, the final basically. Nicolas Darcourt, a mistake for him, got home in second. Henry Jacobi was third, Alvin Austin fourth. Great ride for Mickey Eccles to come home in fifth, ahead of Anton Lundgren, Calvin Valander and David Puches and Cave Tinkler. David Herbertro was 10th, Brian Sue off the deck at turn 1 to get to 11th on the Rockstar Suzuki. Good ride for him. Jimmy Wixell was 12th. Rennie de Jong, Adrian Malaval, Liam Knight dropped to 15th. Thomas Vermeil was 16th. Freddie van der Vlis, Thomas Marini, Danny de Vries and Michael Ivanov were your top 20 point scorers. So, of course, the final reflects the podium, but can't be caught now. Paul Jonas, 40 points clear of Darcourt with just 1 round to go and 25 points on the table. But Darcourt has opened up a 10-point cushion now over Calvin Valander. Hopefully get ready with a podium in a moment for the 125 European Championship guys as well. As you can see, the skybox there, the perfect place. Misty skies there in the background, but the Latvian flag stands proud and tall on the above the skybox. But third overall this weekend, the Saarholz KTM rider from Germany, Henry Jacobi. So Jacobi then
and in second, riding for Yamaha,
mounts the third step. Nicolas Darcourt, a terrific fight for him. He got himself into second. He made a mistake, dropped to 7th, but turned in some good lap times to get himself into second on the MJC Yamaha. But your new European champion, 125, Paul Jonas of Latvia, even gets himself a golden tyre hat as well. Look.
The man who's grabbed this man for future stardom, it is ex-world champion himself, Jackie Martins.
So Jackie Martins, team manager, team owner of Will Van der Star and JM Racing KTM. No stranger to the podium, of course. No stranger to winning European titles either with Jordi Tixier.
Third place man, Henry Jacobi.
So Henry Jacobi gets the trophy from the chairman of the ACU, Brian Higgins. Third overall this weekend in Great Britain. Nicolas Dercourt takes his second place trophy from FIM Europe Motocross Commission, Peter Hansen. And it will be Ted Bartlett from the ACU to hand the winner's trophy to Paul Jonas, of course, the new European champion as well. So Ted Bartlett, FIM Europe Vice President, on hand to deliver. So all good.
And as we say, because this is the European final, the gold plate and the award of European Champion 2013, presented by Eddie Hurd, President of FIM Europe Motocross Commission, goes to Paul Jonas.
So Eddie Hurd, President FIM Europe MX Commission, hands a gold plate to Paul Jonas. He is your European champ. Of course, they'll have the medal ceremony as well.
And now national anthem
time. First up, though, for Latvia and Paul Jonas. Paul Jonas then wins the round here at Matterley Basin in Great Britain, and also wraps it up with the 2013 European 125 title. Second overall today was Nicolas Dercourt, third for the Saarholz KTM of Henry Jacobi. And in a moment it will be MX2 race 1. I'm sure there'll be no medals today. It's just be the overall today, because the championship not fully decided until Lierop in 2 weeks' time. So here's what happened, though, in that European Championship race in 125. The gate dropped, and it was a good jump for Nicolas Dercourt, but Paul Jonas was also there right up the inside, but he put a nice pass coming out of the first turn as a couple of riders went down in the process. But Paul Jonas on the Will van der Stein JM Racing KTM didn't want to wait for the scenarios of if, buts and maybes, and he was clear at the head of the field as his nearest rival crashed out, picked himself back up, got into the race in 7th place, came home with a hard charge through the field to second. Alvin Osland lost 3rd position when he made that mistake, but managed to get it back only briefly, as Calvin Verlanderen was having a tough time here this weekend as his rival went back round the outside as he charged through. So another couple more points lost. That gap now 10 points as they go into Lierop between Verlanderen and Dercourt. Mickey Eccles lost 4th position, but came home in a good solid 5th place. And that was a pass to get Dercourt into 2nd. But this guy here, Paul Jonas, was your overall winner. And here he is, getting ready to speak. I think maybe Amy, it might be Mariana, who knows, let's see.
Pauls, after a near-perfect season and with 1 round to go, you are the 2013 European 125 champion.
Yeah, thank you, this is awesome. I wait this for, this is my first European champion. But at last I wait for the rain, and it was mud race, but I loved, and it was perfect today. Big thanks to my team, my sponsors, my fans, everyone who was here. Big thanks.
Perfect, massive congratulations to you.
Always nice to win a title, even nicer to get it wrapped up a year early as well. A round early, I should say, not a year early. That'd be amazing. Can I sign a contract, please? Yeah, what are you going to do next year? Well, I'm already European champion, so add another couple of zeros on that contract, please. But Paul Jonas wins here at Matterley Basin, and he can relax now when he goes to Lierop in 2 weeks' time, knowing that he'll have that all under control. Can't see him relaxing, though, too much around Lierop, but good day for him. And, of course, we'll see him in Lierop in 2 weeks' time.
Nicholas, that was quite a race for you. You made a great start, crashed, and then managed to come back into second.
Bah ouais, je me suis loupé dans le virage et du coup j'ai loupé ma sortie de virage, je suis tombé et je me suis fait un peu mal au coude, mais j'ai tout fait pour remonter. Je suis super content. Je remercie mes sponsors et mes parents.
Yes, I crashed in the first corner, but I managed to come back, and thank you everybody for your continued support and help.
This time next year he'll be fluent in English because he'll be making a few visits to the podium. I'm sure of that, Nicolas Durcourt on the MJC Yamaha, but yeah, he made that mistake. Obviously that pushed him back, took the pressure off psychologically from Paul Jonas, who could then relax and go on to win by a considerable margin and wrap up that crown. But Jacoby was third.
Henry, nice to see you back on the podium. I think the last time was in Portugal. Were you feeling good today?
Yeah, I feel really good today. My start was not so good, but I managed to come back in the second position because Nicolas crashed and he was faster than me, and I'm very happy about the third place.
Well done.
Yeah, just starting to come good, but rainy conditions, hard, slick racetrack, probably right up the German street. So we'll be looking to do it again in Lierop. He'll be going home from here, trying to get as much sand riding in as possible. Quick look at the manufacturers, Chase. No change in the top 5 positions. KTM still lead the way. Right, we'll be back in a minute with MX2 Race 1.
I think these riders are coming out for their sighting lap, of course. Well, they will be shortly. Yeah, they're out now, Paul, on the starting lap. Jordi Tixier leads out our very own Jake Nichols, courtesy of that fabulous second place. Max Ansby out there on the Rockstar Suzuki. Fourth there on the warm-up. Here he comes, coming down, so he needs our support as well. Other British lads out there, we will see Elliot Banks Brown, Graham Irwin, and Lewis Toombs together with Nathan Watson. Yeah, thanks for that, Rod. Just watching on the TV as they come out. Over to you, Paul. Yeah, we'll just watch it on the TV as they come out onto the track here, Rod. The crowd are all gathered on the far side of the track. The infield is filling up. It's great to see everyone here